Oh, I'm serious about prisoner exchange. I'm serious about doing all we can to free Americans from being illegally held in Russia or anywhere else for that matter. And that process is underway.
And one of the Russian prisoners President Biden refers to there is Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, who is being held on espionage charges in Moscow. Evan has now been held for more than 100 days. Joining me now is Sam Silverman, one of Evan Gershkovich's friends. Sam, first of all, how long have you known Evan, and how did you guys meet?
I've known Evan since 2010. He was my freshman roommate at Bowdoin College. He was actually the very first person that I met at school. We became fast friends and had lived together throughout college and in New York City afterwards.
Sam, I have to believe this has not only been tough for just his family, but friends and everyone who knows and loves him. How have you all managed to hold yourselves together and offer support to his family?
It's been extremely tough to see this really unprecedented situation. We never thought that this would happen to Evan, of all people. We have been, talking. Friends have come together on a weekly basis to discuss what we can do to help raise awareness of Evan's situation and do everything that we can to ensure a safe return home as soon as possible. Evan is the type of person who had lots of different connections in many different friend groups, and it's been really incredible to see everybody come together to support his family through this difficult time.
I think I can definitely empathize, because I think as a fellow journalist, what happens is that we really do feel a kinship when something like this happens, and we want more people to be aware of how dangerous the job can be, particularly Evan moving into territories to dig for the truth and get to the stories, and then to have this happen. Now, President Biden has said he's serious about a prisoner exchange to bring home wrongfully detained Americans in Russia and other countries. What is your response to what he had to say?
We're pleased to hear that the highest levels of U.S. government are working on Evan's case daily, and it is a very high priority for them. Obviously, those are ongoing conversations that we're not privy to, but just really reassuring to hear that from the president himself, as well as many other folks in the Department of Justice who are working on Evan's case daily.
Sam, on your Instagram, you call Evan an adventurous spirit when you talk about his move to Russia. Did you or Evan's family have any concerns about his move and safety at the time?
Of course we did. I mean, how could we not? But he was so confident, and he reassured us because he was an accredited journalist there, and because Russia hadn't done anything like this since the Cold War, he was going to be okay. And obviously that seems naive in retrospect. But, while we were all worried, he was there risking his personal health and safety to be on the ground and report the news, report the truth, and let the rest of the world know what is happening day to day in Russia. So we were scared, but, this is the worst case scenario. But Evan knew what he was getting himself into, and I deeply respect his willingness to put himself in danger for the good of the world.
Sam, I can definitely tell you, please relay a message to his friends and family that here at News Nation, we will continue to follow this story because Sam is one of our own. Because Evan is one of our own. Sam, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Thank you, Nick. Take care.
Absolutely. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'll be speaking with David Whelan, the brother of another American imprisoned in Russia, Paul Whelan. Now, that's tomorrow night right here on News Nation Prime.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.